Okay, coming in, I don't think there were many surprise injury-wise. Same guys as you're used to that would have been out coming in, except for Bryce Butler. Woke up with some issues with his knee, so we held him and Marcus Martin with a low back. Otherwise, the guys that weren't anticipating play to not play did not play. And during the game, Curtis McNeil came out with a knee, Carswell with both quads, Lamar Dawson with a neck, DJ Morgan with a knee, Robbie Boyer with a back, Kevin Graff with an ankle, and Marquise Lee with a back as well. I thought the defense played well. Started a little bit slow, but after that, did some good things and caused some issues with the first team pass rush with Nick Perry and Wes Horton doing a good job there. I thought some freshmen showed up. And a lot of freshmen did normal freshman things, made a bunch of mistakes. And so once again, the guys that are showing up, that says a lot. That they're at that point right now. Marquise headed by, obviously headlined by Marquise Lee, playing extremely well. Got to work on his ball security, but has flashed in practice, especially over the last few days, and really showed up today. Did some really good things. I think that the backup quarterbacks, played very well. What they had to do, and I think Cody went 14-21 again, so some good numbers there. And Max had some bad luck with some drops, or else I think all three quarterbacks' numbers would end up being very efficient. Abnormal amount of drops, I think affected those numbers.
You had said that you wanted to see Matt completion percentage improve. Were you happy with the way he played today?
Well, I think for the most part, until you go back to see the film, I think he played well. He also suffered from some drops and putting some young guys in there with him that didn't, weren't lining up and doing the right things around him. So hopefully we'll get healthy here. We'll try to figure things out a little bit more. We'll get Robert back and get the same guys in with him more often.
How serious does McNeil's injury look?
I don't know yet. Hopefully not very serious.
You think when you look at your secondary now, you get a sense of where the secondary is?
I think we knew the two spots. They only played the first half, Nickel and TJ, so we don't have any concerns there. We're trying to figure out the other two spots. Juwanza not being able to go today didn't help that, so that's still muddled up there. I thought Torn Harris showed up today on a number of plays, including tackling, which is something that we're emphasizing with him. So hopefully he'll continue to be consistent. This was really his first time back with contact for a while, concussion.
Do you think you came any closer to picking out the two guard spots today?
I don't think so. We'll see on the film. It didn't feel or look like anybody played well at guard, so we'll go back and see.
Curtis started today and then got hurt, but it seemed like Dylan had another good day. Is there any change in the tailback situation that you see?
No, too quick, until we go back and see the film, too quick to make any changes there. And I thought Curtis was running well before he got hurt, doing good things. Dylan's put together 3 good days in a row, by far his best week since he's been here. And it showed, so it's good to see someone doing things right in practice off the field and then it pay off here. Sometimes they do it and it doesn't pay off and they fumble or something. So to see that come together, hopefully that excites him and makes him want to continue down that road because he's had a very good week.
Did you see anything from the young tight ends to tell for Grimble?
Yeah, they're both really athletic. They're both really, really talented players. Randall had a couple drops today. Saver made a nice play on 3rd down. Both of them have a lot of potential. We just got to get them better. They both have never played, which is great for us. They both have 4 years of eligibility.
Is it tough to jump to too many conclusions with the offense with Robert and Bryce both out?
I don't know. I think those guys aren't going to solve what's going on up front. So, if we don't play better in the interior of our offensive line, that's not going to help that much. So, we've got to continue to improve there. Disappointing the consistency of what's going on there. I would hope at this point we'd be improving up there, and I don't know that we did. It's very disappointing when the second half, you start the second half with the ones, even though we'd already taken Khaled out, Matt Khalil out, but still those are supposed to be the best guys left, and we put the 3s in against them so that they could work on their cuts and outside zone, and they went 3 and out. That's pretty discouraging.
What aren't they getting done in the interior line?
Consistency. They guard, Same story. The center and left tackle are playing well. Right tackle was still shaky today. You saw it there, so he needs to do better. He gave up a sack and he had 1 or 2 false starts there. So he's got to continue to improve, and we got to figure out the guards are just not performing consistent. Andre, it's kind of expected from Andre for a guy that not only is a true freshman but just moved positions about 5 days ago. So hopefully he'll continue to improve.
With Marquise and George taking the punt returns today, is that any indication they're ahead of some of the other guys?
Not at all. We're just looking at those guys. We have a very good problem in that we have a lot of special athletes that have return ability, headlined by Nikel and Robert. So we want to make sure that we're looking at those other guys to figure out, can those guys help us in those situations, because they're very talented guys.
Kicking game, what do you think now compared to last year and what you've seen already?
We think we're ahead field goal wise. We'll see when it counts. He's kicked extremely well all through camp, so we'll see. And we feel okay about where the punting's going. So we will hone in on that a little more over the next 2 weeks.
Is Kyle ahead there, regarding?
Probably a little bit, yeah.
How long until you're comfortable getting this team ready for a game? Obviously, it's the second scrimmage, but are they there yet?
No, a long ways away. We wouldn't have played very well today on offense if that was a real game. So we have a long ways to go, a lot of work to do. Headlined by the guards and the backup receivers. We need someone's got to start playing. He's our second team fullback. And once Rick goes to tight end, he's our first team. We need him to improve.
Were you pleased with Prater's performance today?
Yeah, I was. He did some things, and he was banged up with his shoulder and kept competing in there. So once he enters another guy who's never played college football, so it's a good problem to have. You guys continue to ask about guys that haven't played before. That's good for us.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, guys.